which was, Patrick led it off with Kobe, and then they all kind of piled on.
Did you have a feeling it was coming, or was it totally?
Well, I knew there was a camera in there, so I thought somebody may say something like congratulations. I didn't realize it was going to go to that level.
Okay. What does that say about a team that they can still celebrate in, I mean, it's college-like fashion where you're throwing water on a coach to celebrate something he did individually. What does it say about where this team is as far as coming together and what they've become?
We got a great group of guys, and the one thing that's always been the case inside the locker room, whether Vooch has had so many double-doubles or so many rebounds throughout his career, there's always a celebration. Guys always say something. Guys, I think, really celebrate each other's successes. Same thing with Kobe being player of the week and then getting player of the month, all those kind of things. So, I appreciated them doing that. They didn't need to do that. They were all even yesterday, sending out text messages to me, and then, they said a few things there, which was really nice. It really means a lot to me because, they're a part of it too, with what happened yesterday. And I don't know if I needed to be soaked like that, but certainly I appreciated the congratulations.
Let's go to the game now. The very thing that we talked about in the pregame, you're kind of warning and talks with them. Williams hits 2 free throws, then hits a 7-footer, and now it's 14-7 after back-to-back threes. Before that, you call a timeout. Was that just kind of a reset reminder of, hey, what have we talked about? Let's get back to business, because it seemed to work.
Yeah, I mean, the biggest thing, Joe, for us is I really liked the response after they jumped on us and got up by 10. We took the lead, I think, 18-17, and then we closed out the half really, really well. And then in the second half, like our first 3 or 4 possessions are not great on either end of the floor. And then next thing you know, the lead, which was 20, is now down around 10. Yeah. That. We got to be better at that stuff because, so much of at the end of the season when you're playing these games, sometimes it comes down to a jump ball, loose ball, a free throw line block out, all those kind of things. And we're not going to not make mistakes, but we can't have like stretches. Someone turns the ball over with, it's got to be a mentality. Right, we just turned it over. We got to get something good right now. Hey, we missed a block out of our rotation, rebound. You got to be able to get that stuff done. Right. And I just didn't think that we played, as clean as we did in the first half.
What kind of rhythm do you think Kobe White's in right now?
Kobe's been great. I think he's playing really well. I think the one thing that's helped him is he's really figured out different angles and ways to get himself to the free throw line. Because I don't know what the numbers look like since the All-Star break, but I don't really remember him attacking the basket in this way and, getting himself to the free throw line as well. And he's got really good, I think, awareness now of where defenders are and where he's got an advantage. But I think all the way around, just the way he's shooting the ball, his shot selection, the way he's spraying it out, the way he's generating shots for I think he's got a really, really nice blend of keeping himself aggressive with, at the same point, keeping everyone else involved.
Last one for me then with Josh Giddey. He's from where he was at the beginning of the year, where he was almost unplayable late in games, to where he is now and what he's doing statistically is a huge turnaround. But there's the other side of it he's been on a big stage with Oklahoma City in the playoffs, and we all saw what happened. Dallas went after him, exposed him. In your mind, is this a different Josh, or do you need to see it at that level on that kind of stage? Are you really sold on him that teams are either going to go at him or that he's changed things where you can't go at him?
Yeah, you watched the playoffs, and last year, certainly there was, targeting him or him maybe not absorbing the amount of minutes he did during the regular season in the playoffs in that series. I think different players go through different situations, and I think for him it was probably a good learning situation for him in some ways. It probably helped him grow. I think with the way he's tried to defend for us and the way he's competed, I feel comfortable with him in those situations right now. Now, I think the further you go and the deeper you go in the playoffs, you're dealing with high-level teams, high-level players. It all goes up to a different level, right? And then, I don't want to sit there and pass judgment and say, oh, yeah, he's got everything figured out, because, it remains to be seen, because none of us have done that yet. But I do feel with the commitment he's made on the defensive end of the floor, I feel confident that he is going to put forth a great effort, and I think he's probably learned a lot from that Dallas series.
Billy, Steve Reed from the Associated Press. With Florida and the national championship, I just wonder how connected are you still to the program? How much do you communicate with coaches there, the staff there, and secondly, what are you going to be doing Monday night?
Yeah, I mean, I keep in touch with everybody. I don't want to say like I'm plugged in and we're talking once a week at all. Everybody's got jobs and responsibilities. I've got our season going on, but certainly, yesterday being in San Antonio, I got a chance to see the athletic director a little bit. A lot of people that had worked there, I spent some time with. It was good to catch up with those people. I'm in contact with them, and I really appreciate it. Like the university reached out to my dad, and they took him along on the trip to go to the Final Four, and that was even before any of the stuff with me in the Hall of Fame. Like he had no idea that Florida just did that. So they've been always great to my family, great to my parents, and I really appreciate them doing that. So there is just, you're there for 19 years, and a lot of the people that were there when I left are still there. So there's a real connection. I think as different people come in, you don't have the relationships, but as of now, those relationships still are there. I'll watch. I mean, I'm excited for them. I really, really am happy for them. Like I said, there's a lot of people I still know. I'm happy for Todd. He and I don't talk a lot. I don't want to make it seem like that at all. But, we communicate, text, keep in touch. And I'm just happy for him, happy for the school and the administration, fans. I mean, it's great. And I'm because I know how excited they get for it. And it was yesterday being there. It was great to see the enthusiasm of all the Gators.